Hello, everybody. My name is Pablo Smith. I'm a CG animation director on SpongeBob, and I'm going to be drawing SpongeBob characters with you guys today. Hey, everybody. I'm going to type in a little comment here before we get started. I'm glad you guys are all here joining me here. Hold on a second. I hope you guys have some paper and some pencils or pens ready to draw along. I'm just going to type in what I'm doing here so everybody will know when they join. Okay, almost done. All right. Now let's see if I can get this pinned. Okay. All right, so my name is Pablo Smith again. I work at Nickelodeon. I've been there for I've been working there for about 6 years. I have been working on SpongeBob for about 2.5, 3 months. So I'm going to be learning how to draw these characters along with you. If you guys have any requests, if you guys have anything that you want to draw or you want me to draw or we can draw together, just send them on in. If you have any questions, just send that in as well. All right? So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I don't know if you guys can see that okay. I'm just going to go through some sketches really quick that I did to warm up. One of the things that I like about SpongeBob is that he's a pretty normal guy, right? But he can do crazy things. And when I was younger, I loved a lot of the Warner Brothers cartoons and stuff like that went crazy as well. So here's just some more some quick sketches that I did. These are pretty rough. We'll do some tighter ones as we move along. Here's Mr. Krabs. I don't know if you guys have a favorite character, but one of mine is Plankton, and I went through some of the episodes and just sketched out some of my favorite Plankton poses and drawings. I think he's hilarious. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with SpongeBob. So we're going to do SpongeBob as let's see, because we're all stuck at home right now. All of us Nickelodeon artists and workers are working from home as well. I thought we could draw SpongeBob, like he is at the beginning of the show, where he's kind of just standing at his door, opening up the door and standing in his underwear a little bit. So we're gonna draw, and I think that's kind of like how everybody is currently right now. So I'm going to start off by drawing SpongeBob, just like a rectangle here. And can you guys see I do need to draw darker here? So I'm using a blue pencil here, just like a light blue pencil, so that draw very lightly. This is just kind of sketchy. This allows me to just change the shape. Sometimes if I draw it too big, or if I draw on the eyes and I notice I want to change something, I can just sketch it in with the blue, and then I'll go back over it later on with a darker pencil or a pen to clean it up. So, all right, so here you go. He's kind of like a rectangle, a little wider at the top and a little more narrow at the bottom. Now I've gone a bunch of different times with Nickelodeon artists to draw at schools, and people always ask, kids always ask me, because SpongeBob has square in his name, Squarepants, why isn't he square? Or why aren't his pants square? And the answer to that will be revealed in the 20th season of the show. So you guys just have to keep watching. So I did his eyes here, just 2 circles. They kind of touch in the middle. The left one kind of overlaps slightly on the right one. We get his eyes down. He's got about the same space on the side. See, I'm just going to bring this in a little here. And then for his nose, because he's looking straight at us, it's going to go kind of, it's just like a little circle, but it's going to kind of go up into his eyes. Just more like an oval that doesn't connect at the bottom here. I don't know if you guys can see that very clearly. Let me draw a little darker. All right. And then he's got his cheeks. Now here's a note that I have learned. SpongeBob's cheeks and his mouth. His cheeks always cover a portion of his eye, the lower portion of his eye. So we want to make his cheeks just like 2 little ovals covering up the bottom portion of his eye. His mouth should always should go from the cheek. So make 2 lines over here. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I actually have some mood music to draw along with. There you go. Hold on a second. Sure. This down a little bit here. All right. So we're going to do his mouth here. It's just one straight line. All right. We're going to go just a straight line, a curved line. We want to keep it like pretty close to his nose, but it's a nice curved line. All right, and then he's got his 2 teeth, his buck teeth that kind of just stick out. Oh, hold on a second. All right, just trying to find a happy medium for the music here. All right, so his teeth, just 2 triangles with like a little space, 2 rectangles, with a little space in the middle. So they're centered right there. Now the other thing that makes SpongeBob is he has the 3 eyelashes on top of each eye. Right, so here I'm going to just move this over here a little bit so you guys can see how that looks. All right. Now we're going to draw two circles inside of his eyeballs. And SpongeBob, usually, like a normal looking SpongeBob, will always have both irises and pupils. So we want to keep those in there. And let's see. All right. So we're gonna go down to and SpongeBob always has a lower lip, well, showing when not always, but when his mouth is closed. He's got kind of like this little W lower lip here. Let's see. So my drawing is a little crooked. I'm gonna just readjust it here a little bit. Now we're gonna put him in his underwear like he is at the beginning of the show. So we're gonna go down about to here, right? Usually, okay. So we're gonna now because his underwear is kind of tight, I guess, like it kind of goes in. It kind of pushes his body in a little bit, right? And then we're going to do his legs, and I guess the first thing SpongeBob puts on when he wakes up in the morning are his socks, shoes, and underwear. So he's got these little bean-shaped shoes with these little heels, and his socks go about halfway, and he has a blue stripe and a red stripe. We'll just put a couple stripes there for now. For his underwear, you're going to do a line going straight underneath. That's the elastic band, right? And he's got these little lines inside, and here we go, the straight, just put in the underwear pattern here. Don't want to go into any. So that's how it looks so far. We're going to do his, he has his left hand on just resting on his hips. And then his hand just curving. This hand is stretching out to open the door. All right, and for the hands, usually I just do like a circle for SpongeBob. Do like an oval or a circle depending on the shape that you need, and then just add 3 little fingers and then the thumb over here. So that's the rough version of SpongeBob. Now we have to give him like the wavy sponge lines here. So starting at dead center, it's like a little dip right in the middle, and then he's got two bumps, and then the third one goes into the corner. And do that on the other side. 2 bumps, third one goes into the corner. The corner's a little rounded here, and then we give him the wavy lines coming down. Same on this side. And now SpongeBob's always got those the sponge holes. So up on his upper right forehead, we're gonna give like a big circle and then a small circle going down. On the bottom, the big circle is at the bottom, and then a small circle at the top. Down here we have big circle, small circle, and then up here we just have one circle, medium sized. All right, so now we have the that's the rough sketchy version in the blue pencil. Now I'm going to go over it with the marker and just kind of clean up the line here. Just going to rotate the paper around as I do this, so I can get the shape that I want. And we want to get like the big broad shapes first. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do his underwear, the lower half here. Okay. I'm going to do the elastic band here next. And it doesn't have to follow the blue sketchy line exactly. The sketchy line is kind of like the rough guide. But as I'm cleaning it up, making clean lines, if I see or feel something that would make it better, I'm going to want to stick to that. So here we go. Okay. Let's do his legs here next. Just 2 straight lines. Again, we can just fill those in there. His shoes are that bean shape with the little heel there. And if you guys have any, again, if you guys have any questions or characters that you would like me to draw, please go ahead and just type them in. All right, moving on to his arm here. Oh, that's a little thin, but it's all right. So we're gonna just clean up his fingers. Okay, and then do his other arm, which is, well, that's not really a straight line there, it's a little wobbly, but I'll draw a sponge over there. Okay. The hardest part for me to clean up is the eyes, because they're like a perfect circle, right? So I'm gonna draw the stuff that goes on top of the eyes first, clean those up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just outline the eyes here. It's a little wobbly. Here we go. And then we're gonna do his eyelashes. Fill that one in. All right, and then we're gonna do his, clean up his mouth here. Do the rectangles for his teeth. And then, oops, little mistake there. All right. And then we're gonna put in these circles here. And then his lower lip. So that's the cleaned up version there. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of color here. Okay, so guys, for those of you that are just joining in, again, my name is Pablo Smith. I'm a CG animation director on SpongeBob, and I'm going to be drawing SpongeBob characters with you guys today. We're just using roughing in the sketch with a light blue pencil, It doesn't have to be blue. It can be any color that you guys have, but that's what I'm using. And right now I'm just coloring in with a colored pencil. All the different parts of SpongeBob. So because all of us are stuck at home right now, I thought it would be good to draw SpongeBob at home the way he appears in the intro to the show with his underwear on. And let's see. I'm just going to use like some darker yellow-orange thing to fill in the holes here. And his irises are light blue right here, and then his shoes are black. And there's SpongeBob in his underwear for you. Alright, so we're going to move on to drawing Patrick. Because you gotta draw Patrick, right? So I love Patrick because he is, he can get crazy very fast, where he's usually doing something pretty nuts. The way I like to think of Patrick when I'm drawing him is he's kind of like an upside down ice cream cone. So again, here's the light blue pencil sketch. I'm just gonna very lightly sketch this in. I think you guys can. This is just like the quick rough sketch here. Now, depending on what we want him doing, I'm gonna put his eyes in first, and they go like about halfway, maybe a little higher on the cone shaped part. And Patrick, I think all the characters here have like the cheeks that go over the lower portion of his eye, and we'll make him. He's usually doing something crazy here. We got like this big U shape for the mouth, and then his eyebrows, we're gonna make these two straight lines, and then just kind of like a little bend on the cone there at the end. And for this one we can do the same. He's got his big stomach sticking out here, and then we're gonna draw him like running up. So because he's a starfish, he's got these like cone shapes at the end of all of his hands and legs. We're gonna draw just this like circle shape around the cone shape to give it like the outline of his shorts. And then he's got kind of like a rectangle when it's sideways here. And then I believe, let's see, we make a little elastic line here, and then Patrick's always shown his belly button, right? And sometimes he's got like these crazy. This isn't his normal. These aren't his normal teeth that he shows, but sometimes he's got these crazy teeth when he's going a little nuts here. And he has those little, I think they're lily pad design on his shorts. So here you go. There's the rough sketch. Time to clean him up. So I'm just gonna start with the roundness, and I'm not gonna finish the shape. I'm just gonna. Oh, guys, sorry. I'm gonna go back to this real quick. SpongeBob has 3 freckles on each cheek. There you go. Now it's done. All right, going back to Patrick. You're gonna just kind of go over this. So I don't know if you guys have any favorite SpongeBob episodes, but my favorite SpongeBob episode is the one with the what do you call it? The hash slinging slasher. Where SpongeBob is scared to death. That is my favorite one to watch. That one makes me laugh. Alright, we're gonna... we watch so much SpongeBob in the house that my wife has pointed out that that's usually what we talk about during dinner time is SpongeBob. Here you guys go, really quick. Just cleaning up his eyes. Give him like a little... If you leave like a little circle there, it's kind of like a little highlight in his pupil. He's got these like, for his eyebrows, 2 lines and then kind of like a Z. Right, and then down here. And then we'll go ahead and do his kind of goofy teeth here. And then clean up his tongue. Do you guys see that? And then for his leg, I'm gonna just clean it up like this. Give his shorts some thickness. I'm gonna do his elastic band here. And just his back leg in like that. Put his little belly button in. And then do the lily pad design. And there you have the cleaned up version. Patrick. Gonna add some color really quick here. This might not be the exact shade of pink that Patrick is, but he's pink, so I'm just gonna put in this shade here really quick just to give him some color. And then I believe his shorts are green. Again, not the exact shade of green, but pretty close. I'm just gonna fill this in real quick here. And the purple. for the lily pad design. And then the inside of his mouth. Just gonna make it like a dark red. So I'm used to drawing on the computer at work. When I'm working, I draw on the computer screen. It's been a while since I've drawn and colored on paper. And then for his tongue, just getting light. I can make this a little darker. Alright, I'm gonna make the inside of his mouth a little darker here. And he's kind of a, because I didn't get the shade right, he's kind of a freaky looking Patrick, but there you go, that's Patrick. So guys, I'm going to move on to my favorite character now, and that is Plankton. Not because he's the easiest to draw, but because I just love his personality. So, just again, in case anybody's tuning in, and sorry if you guys are tired of hearing this, but my name is Pablo Smith. I'm a CG animation director on one of the SpongeBob shows, and we're drawing SpongeBob characters here. So Plankton's my favorite character here. He's if you can draw like a little kidney bean or a hot dog, a little bent hot dog. He just makes me laugh. That's why he's my favorite. He's got like this. He's such a small guy, but he has such a humongous personality and like taking over the world complex. That every time he's on, almost every time, like he's just really entertaining to watch. So there you go. That's the beginning. We're gonna make him doing an evil laugh. So I'm gonna start his smile kind of high, right? Because the more evil the laugh is, the higher up it goes. And I'm not gonna have it go to the other side. I'm gonna have it like pop out here. Oops, where is it? Like here on the top there. And then his bottom lip is going to go down into his lower body area. And for his, again, this is why we're using the sketchy blue pencil, doing it really light, because I can make the shapes that I need to make sure I got the shapes right. But then I can just like draw right over the shape and not have to worry about like lines crossing and stuff like that. Like this is just, so if you guys see, I have the shape for the eye, drawing in the thick unibrow that he has. I'm actually gonna like shrink the top part of his head. I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit more, and he's always looking up, so I'm going to do this oval for his pupil, and then he always has like a little highlight. So if you guys can see that, got a little pupil and then a highlight. I'm going to put in his tongue here, and for his antlers, or whatever, the antenna, not antlers, they just connect to the top of his head here, and sometimes they go two different ways, sometimes they go the same way. We're going to have them going two different ways from like the middle of his head there. And he's got these 4 little lines going across the top of his antenna. Maybe they help him feel, I don't know. And then I love his tiny little nubs for feet, for legs, like that. He doesn't even have toes or anything like that. And because he's in his taking over the world pose, we're gonna stretch his arms out just a little bit to the side. And for this, we're gonna give him his. Just gonna do a little a cube here, and it's not SpongeBob. It's just like his little his one-button remote that takes over, that he pushes to take over the world or blow something up. So there you guys go. The rough Plankton here. Oh, okay. Now Plankton's a little harder to clean up because he's such a smooth, circular shape here. He's got like a bunch of ovals. So I'm not promising extremely smooth here, but here we go. I'm going to just start with here. Stop there. Rotate it around. Get to that point there. Now this is where I won't be drawing the intersections of the lines, right? I'll just be drawing the lines that I want. This is the cleanup mode phase. So his eyebrow has like these little 3 things at the end here. And now I'm going to draw his eyeball. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make his pupil. And then I'm going to do the highlight. Okay, then I'm going to draw the upper lip here. Okay, and then I'm going to draw this side going down until I hit the upper lip. Alright, I'm going to rotate him upside down here because it's easier to clean up for me because this goes with the curve of my hand, so I want to turn the page around so that it follows the curve of my hand. The natural curve of my hand here. Okay. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to draw his, clean up his arm. Okay. And might as well just do his legs, right? He's a simple character, but he's so fun to draw. Alright, I'm gonna, let's see here, I'm gonna go down as far as I can here. Then again, I'm gonna sometimes Plankton has teeth, but I'm not gonna put any teeth in today. Can you guys see this okay here? I'm gonna clean up there. Okay, so that's one antenna, and we'll put the lines in. And then this antenna going out here with these 4 lines here. And then all that's left is his remote control. And I love the fact that Plankton has a computer for a wife, and that he still gets like bossed around and made fun of by her and stuff. He's just such a different type of character than the other ones. Not that I don't like the other ones, but we can give that some there. All right. This is how it looks like cleaned up here. I'm gonna clean him. I'm gonna add some color real quick. Again with the shade of green. I know it's not the exact shade. I'm borrowing my kids' colored pencil set, and they're missing a few. I'm just gonna add some color into his body here, just like really quick. And let's see. So guys, I don't know how many of you guys would like to grow up and work in the animation industry, but sometimes when I'm just part of my job is to like go over some of the animation shots and draw over them and get to learn the characters and learn how to draw them better. It's just such a fun experience to work on these characters and just to get to draw all day and then work with such a fun crew as a SpongeBob crew. They are part of my favorite. I'm just adding some green here, a different shade of green to make it a little lighter. Anyway, one of my favorite parts of my job is sitting in on the meetings when we're going over the new SpongeBob episodes. It is such a good time. It is just like a lot of laughs, and I'm so grateful to be part of that crew. Anyway, fill in his. Now, a lot of people, if this was just like a line drawing, a lot of people think this is like his iris and this is his pupil. But that is not the case for Plankton. We're going to just put that in there. And then I believe his pupil is red. So he's got like a yellow eyeball, a red pupil, and then a white highlight. Really quickly, I'm going to go over the inside of his mouth. And then his tongue, same, just a little lighter. Just differentiate here. I'm gonna do the red button. The button's always got to be red, right? The big red button. That's what you push. And then for this, just gonna go over the remote real quick with the gray, with the black, but make it a little gray. And then a little lighter on the top so that it looks like it's different from the side. Alright, I'm going to make this red actually, so it looks like it's primed and ready to go. Alright, so here it is. We're going to do, let's see, hold on a second. I'm getting a request to do sandy cheeks next. So let me get another sheet of paper here, and we're gonna start with the basic shapes again. So again, for anybody tuning in, my name is Pablo Smith, animation director, one of the animation directors on SpongeBob. And we're drawing SpongeBob characters. So for Sandy Cheeks, I'm actually going to turn the paper this way because she's, I don't know, just her body's, that big canister that she's in is kind of long. So I'm going to just start again with like really light blue pencil, sketch in the basic shapes. You guys can see that shape there. I'm gonna go a little fast because we're running short on time here. The time has gone really fast. So I'm going to try to make sure you guys can see and follow along. So just kind of 2 cylinders or long rectangles, and then she's got the little circles on the sides of her boots so that she can exist underwater and not get soaking wet. She's got, I'll have this arm come out here and these little mitten shape with the thumb sticking out here. Alright, this hand we're just going to have it like curl up, put it on her hip. Okay, and then for her head, she's got her neck that sticks out here, right? And then I'm going to do like kind of like a circle going this way, and then an oval going across the bottom here like this. Hopefully you guys can see that. Her head kind of squares off. Not too much though, it's still rounded, but it's a little squarer than an oval or a circle. And I'm gonna make the line going across right there, kind of where this circle meets this oval. And we're just looking straight at the camera, so right at that spot there, I'm gonna draw like an upside down triangle for her nose. Her 2 eyes, 1 on each side of that line going down the middle. She also has 3 eyelashes sticking out the top. Her upper lip is also again close to the top of right next to her nose. And I'm going to give her pupils here. Kind of flesh out the cheeks a little more. She's got the 2 front teeth as well, but they're together, and she's got braces on them, right? So, she was born with crooked buck teeth there. And then for her ears, kind of like loose triangles there with like a little line in the middle to show that there's something there. There's a line going there, and then of course she couldn't exist underwater without the bowl over her head, right? And then she's got a flower. Alright, I'm going to draw these lines here, 1, 2, 3 on each arm. She's got this these little circles going around here, and a little zipper with the zipper line going down. Oh, and then can't forget her tail, right? Again, because this is the blue sketchy line, I'm just going to draw through the hand to get the shape I want. And there's Sandy, roughly. So let's see how fast I can clean Sandy up. We got about 12 minutes before I got to be done. So I'm just going to start with the hardest part here. Actually, I think if I go faster, it's a little easier. Alright, cleaning up the bowl, cleaning up the flower. Can add these petals in. Alright, I'm going to just draw the outline over the top of her head here. And her ears. I might have made her cheeks a little too chunky, even for Sandy cheeks, but that's alright. Just clean up her eyes. Again, don't forget the eyelashes. Draw her pupils in. She has like these two cheek lines, right? And then you can connect them here. Make her mouth. Draw her braces in, like two little rectangles connected in the middle there. Her neck disappears into there. Because it's a glass bowl and we can see through it, we want to draw the back of the canister there, right? And then it connects to the front. Goes around. Oops. Alright. Moving a little too fast here. I kind of drew over the part that I wanted to keep clean. Alright. There we go. This is the part I wanted to keep clean here. I'm just going to make that connection there. And if you guys can just pretend that this little line isn't there. I'm going to do her hand. And then she's got a little line in the middle to show her palm. Might as well just do the tail here, the top of the tail. And her zipper line. Gonna do the little balls there. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, and then the mitt. Actually, working this fast kind of feels like I'm at work, working fast. Oh, she does not have. Okay, I was just informed that Sandy does not have braces, so that is my that is my mistake. So I apologize if that offended anybody. All right, here we go. And there's the two dots. Okay. Because the suit is mostly white. The suit is mostly white. This will go a little faster here. Let's color her in. You know what? This might be the good color for down here, and I'll just make the top color a little darker brown. So I'm gonna make this a little lighter. And then this a little darker. I have the Nickelodeon shoulder angel filling me in on what making sure I stay true to SpongeBob here. Okay. So I'm gonna do that, and then her neck is the same color, and then her tail, we'll just go ahead and make it the same color here. Okay, and for the inside of her mouth, you know what? Let's give her a quick tongue. Like that. And then I'm going to make that dark. This darker here. And then I'm going to fill in her with gray, the inside of here, back here, so we can tell that's got depth, right? Her boots are also gray. And that dot on each boot is red. I know this line here is red and this one here is red. The flower is pink, the pink petals. With the yellow there. All right. There we go. Okay, guys. Let me try not to hang up on you by accident here. Okay, let me see here. Let me flip this around. All right, good. Hey guys, thank you so much for sticking around and drawing with me. I hope you guys had a good time. Again, my name is Pablo Smith, SpongeBob artist. I hope you guys keep drawing while we're here and have to stay at home, and just takes your mind off stuff. Thanks so much. Oh, shoulder angel. We're going to show some of the drawings here. Hold on a second. So again, here's Sandy. Here is Plankton. Patrick. SpongeBob. And then yeah, a few of the warm-up sketches and stuff that I did before you guys joined. So here, just, and the crazy SpongeBob there, the normal, and then the more crazy kind of SpongeBob. All right, guys. Unless I get anything else from my shoulder angel, thank you so much. It's been really fun. And we'll see you guys around. Thanks.